I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the V Squad TV channel. Exciting news came from Paris. Kim Taehyung, or better known as V BTS, just greeted his fans via a live broadcast on the Weverse platform. This moment felt very special because it was his first appearance in front of the camera after landing in the fashion city to attend the CELINE event. In the live broadcast, Taehyung appeared to be in his hotel room. The atmosphere of the room looked warm and calm, only lit by soft yellow lights. Wearing a slightly loose long-sleeved shirt, V looked as if he had just woken up. His face was still a little puffy and his hair was messy in a way that made him even more charming. He sat relaxed on the bed, drinking something from a clear glass, maybe water or juice, because he felt thirsty after the long journey. A tired but sincere smile was clearly visible on his face. V didn't say much at the beginning of his live, only greeting with a soft voice, "Hi everyone," which was immediately greeted by a roar of comments from armies around the world. The broadcast took place calmly and comfortably. Taehyung just sat there for a while, staring blankly at the screen as if he was contemplating or calming himself. But that was precisely what made fans feel close to him. Every little movement, tossing his hair, lifting his glass, or leaning his head on his own shoulder, looked so charming. The white shirt he was wearing looked like it had just been taken from the closet, making him look effortlessly chic. The moment quickly became a hot topic on social media. V Weverse Live from Paris became trending in various countries. Fans wrote about how happy they were to see him appear relaxed and natural. Taehyung indeed has a charisma that is difficult to describe in words. Even in the most simple conditions, he still looks elegant. Many said, he can even make drinking water look like a romantic movie scene. Since his arrival in Paris, Taehyung has indeed been the center of attention. Thousands of fans greeted him at Charles de Gaulle Airport, making the place like a mini concert filled with screams and happy tears. Every step he took seemed to be big news. Cameras from various media outlets continued to follow him, even when he was just walking from the arrival gate to the car that was waiting for him. Paris changed instantly. The city that was already known for its charm now felt more alive with V's presence. The streets that were usually crowded with tourists were now full of fans hoping to catch a glimpse of their idol. Not only Korean or French fans, army from various countries also came to Paris just to witness this rare moment. They were willing to wait for hours outside the hotel where V was staying. For many of them, this was the happiest moment. Meeting V in Paris, even from a distance, was an unforgettable memory. Some were even seen crying when they saw him waving. The energy that V radiated was hard to explain. He brought warmth, even in the midst of the cloudy Parisian weather. There was something so touching about his presence there. When V first came out of the hotel, his appearance stunned everyone. He was wearing a very stylish suit, apparently from CELINE, and looked like he had just stepped out of a magazine photo shoot. With sunglasses and a long jacket, he waved to the fans. Even though it was only for a short time, his interaction felt very meaningful to those who had waited all day. Many immediately called him, "CELINE Boy is back." This nickname is not without reason. Taehyung is indeed known as one of the most influential brand ambassadors for CELINE, and his style is very close to the character of the brand. His appearance even reminded fans of one of his legendary photos in previous years, when he also attended a fashion event with the aura of a classic European film star. Some things never change. V is still the definition of modern elegance. He doesn't just wear clothes, he brings them to life. When the live on Weverse ended, many fans admitted to being touched. Even though it was only a few minutes, it felt like a gift from V to ARMY who had waited for him with love. Upon arriving at the hotel, he did take a short break. However, it seemed that his longing for his fans was greater than his sleepiness. He was seen changing his clothes quickly and going out again to greet the world. It showed his professionalism and true love for his job and his fans. Paris itself seemed to welcome him with open arms. Many locals who didn't even know K-pop were aware of this excitement and were curious about the handsome man who made the streets of Paris roar. There is a special kind of connection between Taehyung and Paris. Every time he comes to this city, there is always a miracle created, either in the form of fashion, energy, or world attention. Maybe because of that, every step he takes in this city feels like part of a movie. And the fans, of course, feel like they are part of the story too. Taehyung's live streaming on Weverse is not just an ordinary broadcast. It is a form of direct communication from the heart to the heart. He doesn't need to say much, his presence alone is more than enough. With all his charm and sincerity, V once again proves that he is not just an ordinary idol. He is a global icon who remains down to earth and knows how to touch the hearts of his fans. And that night in Paris, when the world witnessed V drinking a glass of water from his room while wearing a loose shirt, the world seemed to pause for a moment, just to admire the beauty in his simplicity. Taehyung's project with CELINE in Paris has indeed been long awaited. After completing his military service, V's appearance at this luxury fashion event was his return to the global fashion world. CELINE itself is known as one of the leading fashion houses that combines modern and classic aesthetics, and Taehyung is considered the perfect representation of that vision. V's presence in Paris is not just as a guest of honor. According to news circulating in the fashion industry, he will take a deeper role in CELINE's project this time. Rumor has it that V will be the main face of the CELINE Printemps 2026 campaign, which will be released in the next few months. In the project, Taehyung reportedly underwent an exclusive photo shoot with a top French photographer. V's distinctive style and expression that can bring clothes to life with just his gaze is the main reason CELINE chose him as their main icon. More than just a photo shoot, CELINE is reportedly also preparing a short film that will feature V as the central character. The film is produced cinematically, with CELINE's signature artistic nuance, and will premiere globally as part of the launch of their latest collection. V's presence on the CELINE film set even disrupted traffic in the Paris fashion district a little because of the many fans waiting outside the building. Several lucky fans were able to catch a glimpse of the filming process and witness how Taehyung transformed in a work of fashion art. Taehyung himself is known to be very selective in choosing projects. That is why his involvement in the CELINE project this time is considered a very special collaboration. He is not only the face of the brand, but also provides creative input in the visuals and mood of the concept. CELINE designer, CELINE, is reportedly very impressed with Taehyung's personal style. In several previous interviews, Hedy even said that V is a modern muse, who brings a breath of fresh air and luxury in one very authentic package. Many predict that this project will bring CELINE to a new level of popularity, especially in the Asian and global K-pop markets. The presence of V as the campaign icon can expand their audience reach, especially among young people who make fashion a part of their identity. This campaign is also touted as one of CELINE's most ambitious projects in recent years. Not only because of its large production scale, but because of the involvement of a charismatic figure like V, who is able to combine the worlds of music, art, and fashion in one unit. For Taehyung, this project is not just about appearing in front of the camera. This is a moment where he shows his mature, artistic, and characterful self. He doesn't just wear CELINE. He transforms into a part of his soul. And the world, as usual, is ready to fall in love with him again.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong.